How much money does MrBeast make in 2023? Well, I calculated it. Starting off with his less well-known channels, in an interview from September of last year, he showed a glimpse of how much money he makes on his Spanish channel, which is about $1 for every 1,500 views. Assuming all 12 of his non-English channels pay that way, last month he should have earned about $88,000 off of them. If that seems like a small amount for MrBeast, that's because about 5 months ago he stopped making videos on these channels and instead advertised his main channel, which now has a feature where you can change the audio language on his videos. This was a great move because according to Money Made, English channels make much more per 1,000 views, about $4.50. So taking the 1.3 billion views MrBeast got last month from his main channel, which was made possible because of the tens of millions of people that subscribed to him after his announcement, we get $5.9 million just from one channel in a month. Now we're getting somewhere. Including the other 4 of his English channels, we get a combined total of just over $10 million last month alone. But that's not nearly his monthly revenue. I still have to include sponsorships, merch, and companies, which together more than double this number. First up are sponsorships. According to Observer, MrBeast charges between $500,000 and $2 million per sponsorship. Assuming that's an average of $1 million and that MrBeast makes one video every 3 weeks, that's about $1.5 million per month. But that's just on his main channel. Using the ratio of views on his channel compared to the other channels, since I couldn't find exact numbers for those sponsorships, we get just over $2.5 million for all his sponsorships, bringing our total to about $12.6 million so far. Next up we have merch. Although it's hard to tell exactly how much he sells on Shop MrBeast, the source I found in the first version of this video says they made about $2.25 million a month off of merch, so accounting for his growth in subscribers in the last few months, he should have earned about $3 million off of merch last month, bringing our total to $15.6 million. Finally, we have businesses. This is a large source of income because MrBeast himself said they made over $100 million off of Beast Burger as of July 2022, and according to MrBeastBurger.io, as of April 2023, the company has gained an additional $50 million, so if you divide the additional revenue by the number of months since the company passed $100 million, you get a whopping $5.6 million a month. As for Feastables, he apparently sold over 1 million chocolate bars a month shortly after opening, but unfortunately I couldn't find any information on how much it makes now. But although the craze slowed down soon after it was announced, MrBeast has launched several new types of bars, cookies, and gummies since. Overall, I'd say it's safe to assume they makes about the same amount of money from it as when it was launched, which would add an additional $3 million a month. And since he has to pay for production of these things, taxes, and workers, I'll just subtract half of it for those things, bringing his monthly business revenue to about $4.8 million a month. But we still have to account for all his other spending. According to a recent interview, he likely spends around $8 million a month on all his videos and channels. That brings his grand total earnings before spending to a bit over $20 million a month, or an insane $245 million per year. And even after all his spending, he should be making huge profits every month, making a total profit of $12 million a month and about $150 million a year. If my calculations are and were correct, this is a yearly profit of almost $90 million more than last time, calculated a few months ago, meaning that MrBeast is well on his way to becoming the first billionaire YouTuber. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe!